Now, your BMS degree is a very good degree, right? So it gives you a good overview of a lot of different areas like finance, marketing, general management, and other areas as well. So it's a great starting point for you to understand the basics of the corporate world. But these days, what is needed is a specialization. So either you talk from a recruiter's perspective or from an admissions committee's perspective. So if you're looking for a job immediately after your BMS, we will talk about it from a recruiter's point of view. If you're looking for higher studies, then we will talk from admissions committee's point of view. Whether it's recruiters or admissions committees, they are looking for some kind of a spike in your resume. What do I mean by spike? A spike is something which is a differentiator with respect to hundreds of other resumes which they would be receiving, either as part of the recruiter's pool or as part of the admissions committee. Not all of you will be clear in terms of what you want to do. Some of you might still be struggling in terms of whether should it be finance, should it be marketing, should it be management, should it be consulting, should it be something else, right? So at this stage, you would need an exposure which would also give a good credentials on your resume, right? So that's where certifications like CFA foundations or even level 1 for that matter makes a difference. So all that we are trying to say is that we want to create a spike in your profile, and that spike is created by having something which is additional to your academic resume. So for those who want to, not pursue a job immediately, there are basically two important pathways which are open for you in terms of higher education. So one is an MBA program. Many people opt for an MBA program because that's where many freshers can apply. But when you talk about global B schools, top 20, 30 B schools, you need a lot of work experience. You need at least 2 years of work experience. Apart from that, if you're very clear that you want to go abroad and do a specialized master's, so there are degrees like master's in management, a regular progression to your BMS. Right? So whatever you've learned in BMS in terms of foundations of management, these specialization tracks will be introduced in an MIM program. If you're very focused that you only want to do a finance, for instance, then there are master's programs in finance, master's programs in finance and accounting, right? So there are various kinds of options which are there in front of us. But broadly speaking, there are two pathways in terms of higher studies. One is the management MBA pathway, and the other is the specialized master's pathway. Why a MBA rather than a specialized master's? A lot of Indian management institutes do not require work experience. Relatively, it's easier to target Indian management institutes, but the problem is if you are targeting for an IIM, the competitive exam is very, very difficult to crack. So CAT is extremely difficult to crack as compared to other management entrances. When we talk about GMAT is an exam which is very flexible. It's offered by more than 6,000 universities across the world except GMAT scores. This is a bit of a gist in terms of the entire landscape in terms of what are the options for higher education. So we'll first talk about the importance of the CFA pathway, right? So imagine this is the pool of BMS candidates and you're trying to differentiate yourself in the pool, right? So the question is, how will you differentiate yourself? So today there are various kinds of options which you have. CFA pathway is one of the options which you have. If you're looking for risk management, then there's FRM, accounting related roles, there's CMA, ACCA, which you can also do. So choices are plenty in front of you. Why a CFA will help you is because it helps you prepare for a generic financial analyst role to the various areas like corporate finance, portfolio management, fixed income, derivatives, equities, right? So these are some of the areas which are covered in CFA. Next please. So the CFA program is offered by the CFA Institute. In terms of salaries, more than 50 to 60% salary hike can be expected for those who are undergoing a CFA curriculum, right? So that's the immediate advantage of someone who probably wants to seek a job after BMS. So why choose a CFA pathway? So we choose a CFA pathway to differentiate ourselves, to show early focus. It will also help you crack your interviews. So whatever exam you end up doing, the point is start early so that when you go to your third year, you focus more on problem solving rather than covering concepts. That's it from my side. Questions and answers, please ask me.